Oh, do I feel good today? What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge, your sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not even close. All of the odds on the Early Edge are presented by the king of all sportsbooks, BetMGM. Now, thank goodness for the sniper, because the last 2 days, your boy has stunk. 0-2 last night, but Snyder, the sniper, he catched these literally first inning, third inning. That's how good the sniper was yesterday. But there are 3 playoff baseball games today. And when I tell you we have a busy day at the brand, listen to that. You don't think we listen to you? Baseball, hockey, football, soccer, all of the sports are represented today. Also, a very special member of the crew. Bring in the stars of the show. You know them, you love them, and today we're going 6 wide. But let's just pause for a second, because ladies and gentlemen, Maestro is here, the counselor is here, the guru is here, Amags is here. But today, courtesy of St. Jude, my man from the Hawaiian Inn Beach Resort in Daytona Beach, Florida, Matt, welcome to the crew. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Wonderful. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing great, but I have a good day every day. Now, from what I know about you, because you're going to make a pick live on the show. And by the way, for those of you who say, Coach, do you really be on the show if you buy something at St. Jude? Look at Matt right here, right now. Now, I got to ask you this, Matt. Who is your favorite capper at the Early Edge?
With all due respect to these fine gentlemen around here, I got to go with Buckets.
What?
I know.
Buckets, you've got all of these guys in Buckets, who just happens to be in the chat right now, and he says, let's go, Matt. What is going on? All right, I will deal with that later, Matt, but you have come today for a reason. You are a huge part of the Early Edge universe, but I need a pick, and I need a pick that we've never had on the show before. I need a pick that is a little contrarian, and I also need a plus money pick. Can you do that for me?
Oh, you got it, Coach. You got it.
Go. Give it to me.
See, I'm a diehard Cubs fan my entire life. One thing that's taught me is that Jason Hayward absolutely cannot hit in the postseason at all. I don't think people actually realize how bad he is. He's 20 for 134 in his career in the postseason, 149 average OPS of 447. He's 0 for 6 with 4 Ks so far this postseason. He was 0 for 2 last game, got pulled out for pinch hit in the 6th. I think the same thing could happen again today. He could maybe only have 2-3 at-bats. Looking at a 149 postseason hitter, plus money 120. He's also just 1 for 5 against spot. I really like this play with plus money odds.
Man, I don't like this play. I love this play. And by the way, your boy Buckets, and that's what I'm calling him now, Matt's boy Buckets. He says stay on this pick no matter what it is. No matter
Let's go.
What it is.
Let's go, Buckets.
Right, by the way, Sniper is going to be very upset that he was not on the show today because he is our resident diehard Cubs fan, as you know.
Oh, I know.
So he's going to be very upset. So, Matt, before I let you go, is this going to be the only time we see you? Because I hope it's not, because I'm going to come down to your resort. If anybody at home wants to have a great, what did you say, sweet tiki bar, you got it all at the Hawaiian Inn Beach Resort, yes?
Yes, sir. Luau Dinner Show. 210-unit hotel with the biggest pool deck in Daytona Beach.
Biggest pool deck in Daytona Beach. Let's go.
Sir.
But will you be on the show again, perhaps?
Yes, sir. You can catch me Monday night primetime.
Oh, you can catch it Monday night prime time. That's how you deliver a take. That's how you do it, Buckets. Take notes from your boy, Matt. All right. We got to get to our show, too. Matty, I'm going to let you go, but we'll see you on Monday night. All right, sir?
Thank you, guys. Pleasure.
How cool is that? How cool is that? By the way, Kevin in the chat, he said it best. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, so many of you. This is awesome. I've totally wished there was a way we could have the chance to sit on the show. Way to go, Matt. I need to follow in these footsteps every year. St. Jude, you can make it happen. And if I told you, I'm not going to tell you, but if I told you how much he paid to be a part of what we do, it's incredibly humbling. It really, really is that he would pay that much to be a part of what we do. Not once, but twice. So we'll see Matt on Monday night. Now, by the way, Amags, did you like that pick? Did you like that Jason Hayward pick?
Yeah, I think he made a good point about the pinch hit, right? Like if you're going to bet something like that going under a hit, betting on a guy that has a high pinch hit risk, a bullpen in Arizona that can match up lefty-lefty, he'd get pulled pretty easily. So I would be surprised if he got 3 at-bats.
Back it up by Amags. All right, I told you we have every single sport on the show today, and I mean it. So we got really, really busy, and we got to get it moving. So we're going to play that old faithful game. 3 big games today. Fade or follow. The Braves, a big comeback in game number 2. Amags, this is your wheelhouse, so I'm going to start with you. The Phillies come back home to that incredible home environment, taking on the Braves, a series tied at 1 game apiece. Are we fading or following the Phillies as a favorite?
I'll fade the Phillies just because I think anytime you can get plus money on this Braves team, I'll take it. Plus 105, nice little price there. I don't love the pitching matchup for the Braves. I think that might be the only thing that puts me off, but we see these guys get pulled so easily, especially, this Braves team, they can match up too. So I'll take the plus money.
All right, we're taking the plus money. By the way, in the chat right now, I said his name. He shows up. Sniper's in there. You have any questions for the Sniper, put him in the chat. He will answer them in real time. Maestro, coming to you. Are we fading or following the Phillies today?
I think the Phillies have a nice edge here. Nola's been in very good form the last 3 starts. I know some of the Braves have very strong histories against him, but he has 19 Ks and 1 walk in his last 3 starts, totally dominant in the wild card round. It looks like 20-year-old A.J. Smith-Shawver for the Braves going to start this game, and then they might go to Bryce Elder, who's been terrible since the All-Star break with an ERA over 5. I got to give the edge to Philly.
So we got 1 and 1 as a show unit. So, Counselor, it's up to you, big boy.
I'm going to kind of split it down the middle here. I like the Braves in the game, and it's partly because of what Maestro said about the pitching matchup. And what I mean by that is I kind of like the Phillies' first 5, but the Braves in the game. I do think the Phillies can jump out early behind Aaron Nola. I don't know that I trust them over 9 innings against the Braves. So I kind of like what Amags was saying about the Braves at plus money. It's hard to pass that up. But on the front end of this game, I kind of like the Phillies.
All right, very good. I feel like just because it's Philadelphia that we should let Martin, the guru, W. Green, weigh in on this one. It's not a Kyle Schwarber pick, but it's a team pick. Do you like the Phillies?
It's going to be a comprehensive win for the Phillies. It's not even going to be close. They're going to win by at least 2 runs. You heard it here first.
Amags just said, I have no idea what a comprehensive win is. I have no idea what that is. It's okay. Next level cappers like me and you, we understand that, Martin. We understand it.
We speak the same language.
We do speak the same language. All right. By the way, I tell you guys this all the time, and there was a little article that came out the other day about the growth of CBS Sports HQ. It's growing in leaps and bounds, and we're taking credit for it. Snake?
We need the sports news anywhere.
We've got breaking news to bring you.
Then get your sports anytime you want them. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
Because we know you need sports all the time.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
All the time. Just like the early edge. Game number 2 today. Well, it's a Astros Twins, game number 4 in Houston. They did exactly yesterday what we said they were going to do. They're a better away team. I don't know how you continue to pitch to Yordan Alvarez. He has been beyond a beast. He's been incredible. So, Amags, I'm coming back to you. The Twins, a slight favorite today with their backs against the wall. Are we fading or following Minnesota?
I'll fade Minnesota. I think when you look at the 1-2 record, right, for the Twins, you would say their backs against the wall. But I think that Houston may actually have a little bit more pressure on them here. If they lose this game, they go back home to face Pablo Lopez. He's on normal rest. He went 7 shutout innings against them last start. They do not want to go back to Houston to face him. I think that they have a nice little matchup here against Joe Kelly. Throws the fastball a ton. He can mix his pitches. But when I was watching some of these at-bats from earlier this year that these Astros had against him, I think they might have his number here today. So I'll take the plus money with the Astros.
All right. So Amags, a little contrarian today, but it's hard to argue picking 2 teams that have such a great playoff history. Maestro, what about you?
Yeah, Joe Ryan hasn't really been the same since he suffered that groin strain. The second half of the season, he wasn't very good. And I do think the Astros lineup right now is on fire, especially Alvarez, but also guys like Abreu and Bregman. So I think they get to him. And Urquidy has actually pitched very well against the Twins. So yeah, Astros at plus money.
2 for 2. You're shaking your head, counselor.
3 for 3. I really like this one. I'm not a big Urquidy guy, but I like what Maestro said about the matchup here. And it's more of a fade on Joe Ryan and the Twins versus the bats of the Houston Astros. I think the Astros have a lot going for them. I'm actually a little bit surprised in myself that I don't have a first 5 play on this one. Maybe it's something I'll think about later. It's not my official play, but I certainly have a heavy lean to the Astros.
And I can't believe I didn't turn in whatever Yordan Alvarez his numbers are. Play them. I mean, this is one of the greatest hitting performances we've ever seen. If you're not watching this series, one of the greatest of all time. That's how good he's been. Dominant. Now, game number 3 today. And this may be the most shocking series going. The Dodgers, red hot all year, perennial playoff contenders. But yet, for some reason, when they get to the playoffs, they just don't perform. And they're down 2-0 on the road in Arizona, in Phoenix. And they're the favorite, minus 150. So, Amags, what am I missing?
I honestly don't think that we're missing too much here. I think the Dodgers should be minus 150 or, around there. This is a complete do-or-die game for them. Veteran lineup. They know how to play in the postseason. I think that they can come out today and grab a win. So I do like them. I don't really want to lay a minus 150 here in the playoffs. So I think I might try to find a different angle. We've seen AB do it all the time. Maybe, Mookie Betts, 1 hit and the money line or something like that to try to bring the juice down a little bit.
Oh, that's a good idea. A little same game parlay at BetMGM. I like it. Maestro, what about you?
I'm not going to lay 150 with his Dodgers team, but I do think we see a lot of runs, Coach. I like the over here with Brandon Pfaadt making his second start. First start didn't get through 3 innings against the Brewers, 7 hits and 2 2/3. And on the other side, you have Lance Lynn, serving up 44 homers this season. He's been a little better since he got traded. He's not as bad as he was with the White Sox, but I just think we're going to see some runs.
See, the sniper in the chat, he agrees with you, Maestro. He is also on the over in this game. Counselor, what about you?
I think minus 150 is too rich. I mean, if I'm going to bet this game, which for the record, I'm not, I'd be on the Arizona Diamondbacks here plus 125. I like the pitching matchup. I really have very little respect for Lance Lynn as it relates to him limiting runs. So, yeah, give me the Diamondbacks plus 125, or at least the plus 1.5, which I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, that's what
minus 125. I mean, that's not terrible either for the home team getting the bottom of the 9th. I like the Diamondbacks in this one.
I thought sure it would be minus 140 or minus 150 on the run line. I really did. Minus 125, that's where I would go too. Play the run line, get 1.5, and you get that extra at bat in the bottom of the 9th. It all lines up perfectly. But also, I like the over too. I really like the over, courtesy Maestro and Sniper. Now, I already told you where you're going to make these bets. Where can you put Amags same game parlay? Right here. New BetMGM customers can sign up today and get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10, and you will receive $200 instantly in bonus bets, regardless of your wager's outcome, with bonus code EDGE200. That's promo code EDGE200. Now, you know that the guru, Buckets, our silent assassin, Brant Sutton, they are all over the place, but we're expanding at CBS. Way more soccer like this.
Wake up to football highlights and news from around the world with the one and only Morning Footy team.
Rise and shine, football fans. Welcome to Morning Footy.
Start your all-day football craze with Morning Footy, part of the all-new Golazo Network.
See, I need to do the voiceover for that commercial because she says the brand new Golazo Network. We like to say it like this: Golazo! Now, Martin, if you're on Morning Footy, that would mean you would be on at 2. No, it's 5 hours. It'd be noon for you. I guess I was going the wrong direction, correct? Be noon for you on Morning Footy.
Yeah, I could handle that.
If I go the other way, I'm not doing it. Only Maestro has a show at 2 a.m. We all know that. Now, by the way, I'm going to be in your neck of the woods this weekend.
Oh, how exciting.
Yes.
What brings you over to this side of the pond?
I'm a big boxing guy. I have a big event over there, and we may or may not have a pick tomorrow on the Thursday show. But yes, I'll be in London, a little thing called KSI and Logan Paul. They're kind of big over there. You know what I mean?
I'm aware of them. And Tommy Fury?
Yes, Tommy Fury is fighting KSI. Very good. Good promo. Now, that's this weekend. Hopefully we can meet up for a drink. But if we don't, I still want to cash some tickets. What do we got? Start us off this morning.
I will try my best, Coach. Yeah, it's the international break, so no club soccer right now. There's lots of Euro 2024 qualifiers, and I'm starting with a huge game between the Faroe Islands and Poland. Poland picked up a 2-0 win against the Faroe Islands when these teams clashed in Warsaw last month. Star striker Robert Lewandowski scored both goals in that match. He's now out with an ankle injury, so he's going to miss this game. But I still think Poland should have enough firepower to beat the Faroe Islands by a similar margin. The entire country of the Faroe Islands has a population of just 53,000, which is smaller than the capacity of Poland's national soccer stadium where they played the last game, which shows you the lack of a talent pool that they have to draw from. Poland have got decent players playing in the top European leagues. I think they should win it by 2 clear goals. So I'm giving them a minus 1.5 handicap at odds of minus 107. And then moving swiftly along to a game taking place the following day between the Netherlands and France. The Dutch did lose 4-0 to France in Paris earlier this year, but I think the players will give a better account of themselves in Amsterdam on Friday. Since that defeat to France, they've fired in 12 goals in 5 games. They have a very strong attack, lots of talented players, but they still do struggle in defence. So I think both teams to score looks appealing in this one at minus 140.
I absolutely love it. And make sure it's European qualifying. That's why we love it. That's why Galazzo is growing so fast, because of all these different soccer plays all throughout the year. We love it. Guru, thank you very much. Now, back to the Diamond. And Amags, you seem a little contrarian today. You're going against everybody. You're not agreeing with everybody. Little intensity from you, and I like it. You're up.
All right, Coach. Well, yeah, I think that there's when you get that plus money in the postseason, right, there's a reason to play it. So maybe take your unit size down to half a unit, stuff like that, if you're playing some bigger plus money plays. But I got a few things that I want to at least touch on here in this first play. It's going to be Mookie Betts over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. It's minus 155, but I do think that the juice is worth the squeeze on this one. Look, I saw a couple of you already talking about it in the chat. His numbers in the postseason are not good. But I went back, I watched some of his at-bats against Brandon Pfaadt from earlier this year. He really tracks his pitches well. It seems like he can see these pitches very well out of his hand. And I know it was a little bit earlier in the season, but when you look at Betts, he's got to come alive at some point. And if you're 3 for, I think they said almost 3 for 30 in the postseason, something has got to give. This is a make or break game. He should be at the top of the lineup for the away team. He should have ample opportunity. There's some lefties behind him that I think can drive him in if he gets on base. So I'm going to play the over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for Betts. I think he's in the mix in that game. And then secondly, this second game, kind of similarly, I went back and I watched some of Alex Bregman's at-bats. I'm going to play him over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Like I said, I watched some of these at-bats he had against Joe Ryan. Last year, he had, I think it was 2 or 3 at-bats. This year, he had more. But once again, tracking the pitches well out of this pitcher's hand. When you look at the fastball usage for Joe Ryan, I think it's just a bit too high for a talented player like Alex Bregman, who went deep yesterday. He has that ability. And when we already talked about Yordan Alvarez, right, Coach, you already mentioned him. He has been absolutely steaming hot. He hits right behind this guy. So even if, Joe Ryan, who has a propensity to walk guys, even if he walks Bregman, we've seen him in some of those earlier at-bats against Ryan. He's walked. He's just easily taken pitches, sees him right out of the hand. He gets on first base. Alvarez could go deep, right? So there's a few ways I think we can cash these hits, runs, RBIs plays today. This one's at plus 100. So, if you said to me, Amags, minus 155, too much juice on the Mookie Betts play. Well, there's one at plus 100 on Bregman. I also like Altuve plus 100 and Corbin Carroll in the first game there. You can put all those out there. I think some hitting props are out there today.
How many of you are going back and watching at-bats of an individual player against a pitcher pitching today? I'll wait. Do you want to do the work? Thank you, Amags. Now, we listen to you. You guys say, I want hockey. Give me hockey. Hockey starting. Well, we got plenty of hockey at SportsLine, but I'm bringing you one play today from SportsLine for free. Matty Severance, -1.5. We're taking the Bruins. Why? Because Chicago, the Blackhawks, are playing their second game in 2 days. They're starting a goaltender that last year was 2-10-2 with a 3.45 goals against average. He's not good. When you play back-to-back nights early in the season, your legs simply aren't there. Bruins, they were the best team in hockey last year. They just got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. They're going to be ticked off tonight. We're laying the 1.5 to bring the number down to -118. And then for all of you WNBA fans, my man Calvin Wetzel at SportsLine, Game 2 tonight. It's the Aces and the Liberty. Little known fact, years ago, for one summer, I was the voice of the New York Liberty. So I'm an expert, right? Right. Tonight, +5, we're taking them. This season, the average margin between these two teams was 2 points. It was a blowout in Game 1. They haven't lost 2 in a row. Oh, wait, all season. So let's take the Liberty plus the 5. Now, where can you get all this stuff? I tell you all the time, if you're not a SportsLine member, what in the world are you doing? So I'm going to do you a solid right here, right now. I'm going to give you 60% off a quarterly plan. Use the promo code COACH, QR code, sportsline.com/join. We are signing so many people up because we want the universe to be as big as possible. Come join us and do it today. Now, this man has become absolutely a legend, a rock star, and such an important part of the crew. But first 5C is not here today. PGA Tour, Sia, is not here today. It's a rare appearance from college football, Sia. You're up.
Yeah, first 5 Sia might make an appearance later today in a first 5 Houston way. We'll have to wait and see on that. PGA Tour Sia, well, that's going to be tomorrow on the morning show for the Shriners. So stay tuned for that as well. And also, you're going to want to tune into CBS Sports Network at 9 o'clock tonight. You know why? Because Sam Houston, a.k.a. Sam Houston State, is at New Mexico State at 9 o'clock on that very channel. I like the 0-5 Sam Houston State at +3.5 on the road. And here's why. They had a tough schedule to start this season. BYU, Air Force, Houston, these Conference USA teams, they don't play teams like that. And they lost all 3 of them. But I'll note, against BYU and Air Force, they limited those 2 teams to a combined 27 points combined over the 2 games. This is a defense that's very good and can stop the run. The offensive metrics look really bad, but again, they really stepped up in competition. Their last 2 games were against Jacksonville State, pretty good. Liberty, pretty good. The offensive metrics all of a sudden looked a little bit better, and defensively, they were in these games too. One, they lost in overtime. The other game, I believe they lost by 3 points. You flip it over to New Mexico State, they're 3-3, but their 3 wins are against pretty much nobody. And by the way, they opened the season with a loss against UMass football school. UMass. I just don't think New Mexico State is very formidable. I don't think this line should be anything other than pick 'em, to be honest with you. And that's why it opened at 5 and it's now down to 3.5. It's because the 0-5 Sam Houston team is actually getting money. Really like Sam Houston in this spot. Their defense is legit. And frankly, it's the New Mexico State running attack that is the only thing that's formidable. And that's exactly what Sam Houston can shut down. This will be a low scoring, close game that Sam Houston has a chance to flat out win.
The 2 games I'm looking at to back up your play, BYU only scored 14 against this team. Air Force, who scored nearly 50 last week, only scored 13. This is the same team. The defense is legit. Counselor, awesome. Now, it's been the Maestro spot ever since day freaking 1. And it continues to be. Maestro, I need a, Thursday night football pick and perhaps a baseball pick as well. Can you do that for me?
Yep, starting in Minnesota with Joe Ryan. Excuse me, I'm going under 14.5 outs. Basically means he will not complete 5 innings. Has to do with a couple of things. He hasn't pitched in 13 days. He has gotten lit up by this Astros lineup. And number 3, the spot. This is the Twin season. They have all of their top arms ready to go. This is an elimination game. They are not going to wait if this guy gets in trouble, which I think he will against Yordan Alvarez and the rest of those Astros who play so much better on the road, 51-30 in the regular season on the road. I'm going under 14.5 outs. And then tomorrow night, Thursday night football. This game sets up so well for Isaiah Pacheco, who's dominating the Chiefs backfield. 17 touches in 3 straight games. You have a double-digit favorite. You have a game where they're going to run the ball against a horrific Broncos run defense. Broncos have given up 8 rushing scores already. Isaiah Pacheco has scored in 3 straight games. I mean, I love this one. I would play him to score twice as well. That's how much I love this play.
Yeah, this is going to be a get in, get out, protect Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce was limited at practice on Tuesday. Who knows if he's going to play, but this guy, Isaiah Pacheco, they've been leaning into him more and more and more. I absolutely love that play. Now, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap courtesy of my man, the Snake, on the ones and the twos. College football, Sia. He's on Sam Houston plus 3.5, minus 110. I encourage you to follow him on social media. He might have a baseball play later today. Then Amags, 2 from the Diamond. Mookie Betts, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. A little juicy, but Amags sometimes a juice.
It's worth that squeeze, Coach.
You're damn right it is, and today's one of those days. Alex Bregman, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, plus 100. Then Matty Sharber, our special guest today. Jason Hayward, under 0.5 hit at plus money. It just means this. If Jason Hayward starts today, doesn't get a hit, we cash. It's that simple. Then the Maestros on Isaiah Pacheco. Anytime touchdown right now, it's even money. Joe Ryan, under 14.5 outs, minus 125. Then the Guru. We're always looking ahead. Poland, minus 1.5 over the Faroe Islands, minus 107. And then powerhouse matchup. Netherlands, France, both teams to score, minus 140. And for you hockey and WNBA fans, we got the Bruins minus 1.5, courtesy of Matty Severance. And then the Liberty plus 5, game 2 of the WNBA Finals tonight, courtesy of Calvin Wetzel. Do not forget, later today, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, our mega weekly college football preview, as always, powered by BetMGM. And there's some really good matchups this week. Also, a Friday matchup with Colorado and Stanford. So they get the night basically all to themselves in prime time. And do not forget, Thursday night, prime time, NFL, early edge. My man, the counselor, sitting in the host chair tomorrow night as I'll be wheels up across the board. We're taking early edge everywhere. We're taking early edge everywhere, even overseas, because that's simply what we do. Now, with all that being said, what a good show today. What a positive show today. Pay it forward. Be kind to one another. And understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Maestro, Counselor, the Guru, Amags, and my man Matt from Daytona Beach, the Hawaiian Inn Beach Resort. Let's go. We'll see him on Monday night. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track, along with my man Snake. We grind for you so we can win with you. Simply what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.